Hold your head up.
Well. All right, so this is the USC report. And what can I say about USC? How can I put this lightly? What can you say after you've witnessed one of the greatest wide receiving performances in NCAA history? And the only thing you can think of is that it should have been more. What can you say after watching Lane Kiffin's arrogance cost USC another game? Anything you want. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just lay this out. This loss for USC. You can say what you want. I'm not going to get on Matt Barkley for this game. I'm actually going to talk about Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin's been the head coach now for 3 years. And I want to say this. He's done a great job backloading the sanctions and scholarship restrictions and being able to recruit a great class the last 2 years, I want to say. No, I'd give Pete Carroll the credit for the 09-10 class before he left. Well, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. But I'll give him credit for that. But can somebody tell me what exactly Lane Kiffin has done great besides win at Oregon last year? I'm not really sure what you can say. I mean, Lane Kiffin has done a great job trying to oversee this program. He brought his dad in as a defensive coordinator, one of the greatest defensive minds of my generation. And what's there to show for it? We're 3 years in. USC was supposed to have a undefeated record this week going into Oregon. They don't have it. Why? Well, I said a lot of factors. Obviously, like I said before, Matt Barkley is not the quarterback y'all think he is, but we're not going to get to that. Lane Kiffin has got to prepare this team a lot better. Lane Kiffin is running an undisciplined ship at USC. And say what you want about Pete Carroll, but I don't think I saw a game in a big game like this where USC had so many penalties, so many just bad decisions. I mean, you got a kid who's unstoppable, who had 300 yards receiving, without blinking an eye, and you stop throwing him the ball. You stop calling plays for him to throw the ball. I can't blame Matt Barkley for that. Matt Barkley doesn't call the plays. You do. So when I say that Marquise Lee could have had more than 345 yards receiving, he could have, but was stopped by his coach because his coach decided to not throw the ball more when they were winning or try to kill some clock or make some better decisions. I mean, you saw that last drive. They didn't try to stop the clock. They didn't do anything. They just tried to just move the ball down the field, rush. It was high school coaching at a college level. That's what it was, high school coaching. So that loss is on Lane Kiffin. And as I said, he really doesn't have a signature win yet. And for a team that had a lot of hype this year, coming in, they're now 6-2, you got to look at Lane Kiffin and say, what's wrong? What's wrong with you? Why aren't things happening? What do you need to do to make this program a little bit more loose? Because say what you want about Pete Carroll, but USC was loose when they were winning. They were relaxed, they had a fun atmosphere, and they were winning. Now you got a tight ship over there, and guys aren't playing well. I mean, USC's defense, as I was talking to somebody on Twitter, they have a lot of hard hitters, but they don't have a lot of shutdown guys. I think there are some great players on the team, don't get me wrong, but they have a lot of guys who hit hard. And I've always said this about hard hitters. You can hit a guy as hard as you want, but if he catches the ball, all you did is send him a message that you're going to hit him hard, but he still got the first down. So take your pick on that. So there's a problem right there, and I think Matt Scott did his job by picking them apart very well. The most underrated quarterback in the Pac-12, showed why I'm a big fan of his. He just picked USC secondary apart. Big ups to Austin Hill as well. Both of them are from Corona, California out here, and they showed exactly why they were slept on recruits. They did a great job. Anyway, though, big ups to Marquise Lee, though. for one of the greatest games I've ever seen a receiver have. 16 receptions, 345 yards receiving. I thought I would never see the day a wide receiver would have 300 yards receiving. I think maybe I saw it 2 years ago on a high school game I covered, but never would have thought to see that. I mean, I saw it twice with West Virginia and Baylor, but incredible, incredible. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. He gave his all, and it wasn't good enough because the ball wasn't thrown him enough. So, first time USC's lost in Arizona since 1999, and right now they got to regroup because Oregon's coming to town, and like I've been pointing to before, Oregon's ready. All them Cali boys, Kenyon Barner, D'Anthony Thomas, they're coming home, and they're going to show everybody what they missed out the last 2 years going to Oregon, being in Oregon. They're going to put on a show. D'Anthony Thomas, Crenshaw boy, he's going to have a lot of friends and family in the stands. He's going to show and prove. Kenyon Barner, I know his dad Gary's going to be there with his crew, ready to see that. They're going to be motivated. Oregon wants to win this game, especially because they lost to USC last year, a game they should have won. So they're going to be motivated. So that's going to be still a great game, even though it's lost some of the luster. USC's going to try to play spoiler. But people saying USC's all lost, their season's dead. Not quite. USC could still win the Pac-12 South if they win out, which they probably can. I'm still not ready to concede the UCLA game just yet. They can still win the Pac-12 South. They could probably get a rematch against Oregon there. And as we all know, it's hard to beat a team twice in a regular season. So their season's not done yet. They can still sneak into the Rose Bowl. But for all the hype they have, people are disappointed. I'm not saying that yet. They're not dead yet. But they're not going to win the national championship. The best they can do is win out, go to the Rose Bowl, and salvage their season there. But, again, Lane Kiffin, this is on you, buddy. You lost that game. You wasted your prize receiver and his effort. You let Matt Barkley almost over 500 yards, but some of the yards he got were just poor play calls. So, tough loss for USC. I know they're reeling right now, but frankly, it all starts at the top. Look at Lane Kiffin. One signature win in 3 years. And as much as I say about Matt Barkley being overrated, Lane Kiffin might be overrated too.